So we can analyze this function here by embedding in this case, it's going to be the sine function on the inside and the log function on the outside based on the g and f of x that we defined up here. Okay, so the g is log and the f is sine. So the inside function is our sine function. Our outside function is log function. So it's going to look like this. Y equals, okay, the log of sine x. Okay, so now in this case here, the output of the sine function can be positive to -1, but the input of the outside function log can only be from 0 and bigger. Okay, now in this case, the maximum the input's going to get is +1, so the biggest we're going to get is log 1. So these are kind of things we want to start kind of thinking about of how is the inside function going to affect the outside function. Okay, so when we look at the graph of this, okay, we know that at sine 0 we have 0, and 0 is not possible for log. At pi/2 we're going to get the maximum sine value of 1, which is going to give us the maximum log value of 0. So that's going to be at pi/2. Okay, and as we hit, pi, we're going to be back to 0, and we cannot have a point at 0. Okay, so actually I shouldn't put that shouldn't be there. Okay, so I've got a point here, that's my maximum, and I've got an undefined value at sine of 0. Okay, because sine of 0 is 0, log of 0 is infinity. So we're going to end up having the graph go down like this. Okay, it's going to max out here, and then at pi, we should end up having the graph go back down to -infinity. Okay, it should be relatively symmetrical. So it's going to go down like that. So there's our asymptote there, and we're going to just repeat ourselves. Okay, except from pi to 2 pi, we know the sine values are negative, so they don't exist. Okay, so then we're going to end up at pi to 3 pi. We're going to have the same pattern result. We're going to have an asymptote here, and it's going to graph like that. Okay, now how am I getting this? I'm getting this partly by numerical analysis and thinking of what my output for sine is and how that's going to affect my input for log. Okay, so this is very difficult to think about, but these are the kind of things we want to start thinking about as we understand how functions behave. So we're going to plot this into our plotter to see what that looks like.